The top stories: Mekelle city residents applaud Ethiopian Defense Force for eliminating TPLF mafias. And Debre Burhan Industrial Park secures over $1.7 million from export trade in the past 7 months. Hello and thank you all for joining us. You're watching Addis News Hour with the news. I'm Tabitha John. Do stay with us. President Sahle-Work Zewde has appointed an ambassador and ambassadors extraordinary and plenipotentiary to several countries. Pursuant to the Constitution's Sub-Article 3 of Article 71, the President appointed 1 ambassador and 6 ambassadors extraordinary and plenipotentiary. Accordingly, Demitu Hambisa Bonsa, General Adam Mohammed, Lenjo Ayele Bati, Hadera Abera Admasu, and Nabil Mahdi Abdullahi and Malaku Legase have been appointed as ambassadors plenipotentiary, while Eshete Waldeyes has been appointed as an ambassador. Members of the TPLF clique high-level leadership, Seyu Mesfin, Asmelash Woldeselase and Abai Tsahaye, have been killed. The ENDF's deployment department head, Brigadier General Tesfaye Ayalew, said. Colonel Kiros Hagos has also been killed, along with his personal security guards. ENDF Deployment Department Head, Brigadier General Tesfaye Ayalew, underlined that the National Army and other security forces of the country, including the Federal Police, have continued their gallantry and victory in their mission. The United Arab Emirates UAE said it is looking forward to the de-escalation of the current border tension between Ethiopia and Sudan. The UAE also highlighted the key role of both countries in ensuring the stability and prosperity of Africa and the entire region, according to Emirates news agency WAM. In its statement, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation commended the solid ties between the UAE and the two countries, stressing the importance of their cooperation and dialogue, in addition to refraining from any actions that may lead to additional tension. It also called for giving priority to talks of cooperation and partnership between the two neighboring countries in a way that meets the hopes and aspirations of their peoples to achieve security, stability, and prosperity. Mekelle city residents have applauded their gratitude to Ethiopian Defense Force for eliminating the TPLF mafias in the state of Tigray. According to the residents, the autocratic TPLF officials have been gambling in the name of Tigrayans to stay on power over the past many years in Tigray. Habtamu Ashagri has compiled their views.
በመጀመሪያ ደረጃ ለመከላከያ ሰራዊት ምስጋና ማቅረብ ፈልጋለሁ ምክንያቱም ይሄኛው ጁንታ
I want to express my gratitude to the Ethiopian Defense Forces. I am a resident of this region. As per my perception, the TPLF cliques never invite and monopolize residents in this region. Thus, I am pleased due to Ethiopian Defense Force for removing this tyrant region.
መላ ትግራይ እንዲወገድ ላደረገልን መከላከያ ክብሬን መግለጽ ፈልጋለሁ
እጅግ በጣም ኢትዮጵያን ሲያሰቃዩ ኢትዮጵያንም ሲያሰቃዩ ከመጋረጃ ጀርባ ሆኖ ነበር የሚያሰቃዩት
The TPLF mafias have been hurting Ethiopia behind the scene. I can mention Mr. Svat Nagga for this wrong act. They have been building their dynasty from the grassroots level. They have very hard and complicated structure in this area. Now, things are very good. The collections of individuals in this group are abandoned. When we see TPLF structure, it was totally autocracy rule. It was very hard for us before to watch other media. Without Dimtsi Weyane and Tigray television, we are suffering a lot in the previous time.
እዚህ ያለው ህዝብ ሲመለከተው ግን እጅግ በጣም አፈና የበዛበት
እንኳን አይደለም የሀገሪቷን ብሔረሰቦች የትግራይንም ህዝቦች ለያይቶ እርስ በርሱ እንዳይግባባ
Not only the nations, national leaders and peoples of Ethiopia, even they destabilized Tigrayans at all. They have been investing more to clothe the request of the public and its interest. After all, they conspired things a lot in this region.
They are simply a group that commercializes the people of Tigray. I think the people are liberated from such agony. I believe that Ethiopian brothers and sisters understand this political conspiracy orchestrated by TPLF.
ወደዚህ መጥተው እንኳን 3 አመት ገደማ ማለት ነው ትግራይን ልናካክስ ነው የመጣ ነው እዛ ስልጣናችን ጥለን የመጣ ነው ነበር ያሉ ተባረው እንደመጡ እንኳን አልነገሩን
Before 3 years, they told us to unite the people of Tigray by leaving their federal power, but they never told us they were fighting at all. They have been preparing us to instigating war and conflict, but not elevating our poverty and backwardness. After all, they were dreaming how to set back their federal power by rejecting prosperity concerns of the Tigray people. Now, everyone is moving and working peacefully. This shows how the defense forces maintaining law and order in the state of Tigray.
Some 120 members of the Afar Liberation Ugugumu have laid down their arms and entered the Afar state from their shelter in Tigray state. The armed rebels who came to Ethiopia from the Eritrean desert following the reform received 1-year training by the Tigray People's Liberation Front TPLF. According to Brigadier General Demis Amenu, head of humanitarian information at the Defense Information Main Department, they entered Afar peacefully following the joint efforts of the people of Afar and the Defense Army. TPLF trained them to achieve its target of causing destruction in various parts of the country, including Afar, and controlling the main road linking Ethiopia with Djibouti, he said. Chief Administrator of Afar Regional State, Awal Arba, said TPLF recruited and trained them to achieve its plan of inciting violence in the Afar Regional State as well. TPLF's interest had failed because of the joint efforts of the defense forces, traditional elders, and the Afar Regional State. Microorganisms are flexible to change their DNA in their evolution, and a new strain of the world-shaking coronavirus has been reported in the UK, South Africa, and some other countries in the world. The COVID-19 task force under the Ethiopian Ministry of Health said it is working to check in the existence of the new variant of coronavirus 19. Emmanuel Joge reports.
As viruses get an ample opportunity to infect more people, they change their genetic makeup in a process called mutation. This also has worked for coronavirus, mentioning that this change can be dangerous to the extent of making efforts to get vaccines meaningless. Munir Kasa from COVID-19 task force under the Ethiopian Ministry of Health said. The ministry is working on detecting whether the new variant of COVID has already occurred in the country or not yet.
The new variant that is detected in UK and in South Africa, Nigeria, is more contagious than the previous one. And the fact that it will alter its genetic DNA this fast, and then even vaccines and testing could also be useless if it happens with this fast spread, is very alarming. But in order to know that this change happens, you have to do sequencing. We call a laboratory test genetic sequencing. And so because most of Africa do not have this capacity, so we don't know that we have such a variant. So the ministry is now trying to do this genetic sequencing, and in the next couple of weeks we will be trying to know that whether this new variant is here.
The spread of COVID-19 in Ethiopia is not as worse as it was predicted months ago. But the Ethiopian Public Health Institute and Ministry of Health said the current situation of the spread is worsened by far, even more than the reported cases.
The current COVID-19 situation in Ethiopia is becoming worse because the status is on community transmission. Because when we see the situation during epidemic, like no case scenario are there, and the sporadic case and cluster case, so that the community transmission stage is the worst one. So we need to work hard to prevent our community. And when we see the testing of positivity rate, so per day we are seeing 10% of cases are became positive. So that is also another scenarios which tell us the situation is became worse.
One of the problems with the number of reporting, the daily reporting number, is that it seems that is the actual number, but it is not. So in one town in Ethiopia, in Jimma, we did an antibody test to know how much of the population is infected, and it shows 30% of the population is infected. So it is so maybe Addis also could be even worse than this, or so it means that a significant amount of people are infected with this virus, but also a significant amount also are not infected.
Munir also told ETV that the ministry is working on two things primarily related to the new variant and to prevent COVID from causing additional crisis.
The ministry, I think, now rightly focuses on two things for this new variant. One is to build our capacity to detect it, so which we are working. But another, the most important thing, whether it's the new variant or the old one, if you wear a face mask, you're going to prevent it. So testing now is mostly, we do it for people who are sick. Otherwise, doing large number of tests in every day is very expensive. It takes about $20 to $30 per test, and that's not something that we can afford. So the message from the ministry, whether for the new variant or for the old one, in order to protect yourself or your loved ones at homes, your elderly parents, we need to wear masks, and masks are known to prevent this illness. They are affordable, they are at a cheap price, and we are trying to also to give free for students and others. So wearing a mask can reduce your chance of getting this illness or spreading it to others.
So far, there are over 128,000 confirmed cases, among them over 2,000 passed away in Ethiopia.
Welcome back, you're watching Addis News Hour. The Ethiopian Broadcast Authority expressed readiness to allocate airtime to contesting political parties in the upcoming election slated for mid-2021. The authority said live debate, which is rare in Ethiopia, may become a showcase of a somewhat mature democracy. Live TV debates will give contenders as well as voters a much better chance of practicing democracy. Take a look at the following report by Goshu Meliso.
Ethiopia is preparing to hold a general parliamentary and regional election camps early June this year. The role of media is crucial in during pre-polling and post-election periods of the event. Talking to ETV English, Ethiopian Broadcast Authority Director General Getachew Dinqu said the authority will allocate airtime to the political parties.
We want the public to get authentic information. So live debates, definitely they help. It's also the experience of the mature democracies like the US. So I'm assuming that we may possibly have some live debates. In addition to that, Broadcast Authority together with the Electoral Board of Ethiopia, we will allocate free airtime.
The political parties will have free airtime on broadcast as well as print media so that they could propagate their ideas in political manifesto. The authority, he said, will use the lottery system to allot time.
We will allocate free airtime and newspaper spaces for the parties to get a chance to connect with the electorate, with the people to cast votes for them. Okay, so we make sure that the process is transparent. We'll be using a software which does not discriminate, which will be fair to every party member. So which party gets what time on which media outlet? Is it a prime time or the time right after the news or later? It's to be decided by a lottery system.
The director did not hide the fact that the new draft media bill may not properly and sufficiently handle the mess on social media. He rather suggested public discussion should take place before elections.
Social media, it's a gray area. I mean, a new bill has come out. It works for all the platforms. It's a very complicated one. Very much ethnicized, and then ethnic tensions are there. And then the messages coming out of social media, they tend to be more of group communication, intergroup communication, rather than very civilized, responsible kind of communication. You know, it's about this group or that group, and lots of generalizations. Yeah, I think part of the discussion should be prior to the election time.
Getachew also said his authority is closely working with Media Council and Ethiopian Broadcast Association on ways of reporting election professionally.
We have a close relationship. We work together. The regulatory model that we prefer to use is co-regulation, which means institutional government regulation on the one hand, and then self-regulation on the other hand. And you could have more levels of regulation, like regulation at the media house level. Each media has its own editorial policy. And then also the professional individual journalist, you have your own standards in your mind. So in a way, you're constantly regulating yourself. Individual reporters, the media house, and then self-regulatory mechanisms like the Media Council, media associations, they're very important.
This year's celebration is equally warm and appealing as last year's. It's very exciting to be here. It's peaceful here and a wonderful holiday.
It is my time to celebrate Epiphany here. I'm so happy, and I would like to say Happy Epiphany to all.
This festival, time to time, is being liked by tourists who come here from across the world. It's so exciting that you wouldn't want to miss it for the world.
Epiphany ceremony of Christ celebrated throughout the world. The unique part in Ethiopia is we adore, venerate Ark of the Covenant. This is one. The second one is there is a thing throughout the world. That is, this is the water who deprived me not to baptize. This is said by an Ethiopian eunuch during the time of Christ's ascension. The composer of this song is an Ethiopian eunuch, Bacchus. This is another peculiar thing for Ethiopian Orthodox Church.